La Crosse's water reservoir is primarily designed to provide the appropriate amount of water pressure for residents throughout the city.
But a close call with the reservoir's supply a few weeks ago is causing some officials to question the city's practices. News 8's Eric Jacobson now joins us in the newsroom with more.
Martha and Mike, back on June 18th, the city's 5 million gallon reservoir was only at a 6-inch depth, which is about 125,000 gallons. That is far lower than the normal level, and while the problem is solved for now, some council members are questioning the city's prevention efforts, hoping to make sure this problem never happens again. La Crosse City Council member Gary Podesky worked in the water department for a number of years. He says he was first alerted about the reservoir problem a few weeks ago from concerned residents who were seeing low water pressure.
The first one who called had really low pressure, and then I said, well, it's probably a piping problem. But if your neighbors, obviously, then he called back and he said, well, his neighbors didn't have water or low pressure. Well, then I knew it was a problem with the facility.
La Crosse's utility manager Mark Johnson says communication issues in its systems in the week leading up to the problem played a big role in the incident.
At the end of the week, once we'd resolved the communication issue, we failed to reset a number of control points. So basically, we ran into a situation where wells did not come into operation, and we got close to actually emptying the reservoir.
The city quickly restored the reservoir to normal levels following June 18th. But Podesky says this isn't the first time the level has been that low.
When I worked out there, I told them you could not keep lowering the reservoir that low, and it happened a few times when I worked there.
And he says the consequences of having a low reservoir could potentially be devastating.
If there's a fire, you hook up to a hydrant and you're blowing air.
In addition to more extensive checking of the reservoir, Johnson says the city is making changes as a result of the incident.
We are looking at our procedures, developing a kind of a cookbook of operational activity that in the event of this type of an alarm, that there are specific steps that we will take.
But Podesky wants more to be done, especially implementing a minimum level in the reservoir in feet, which the city did have for a number of years.
At the very least, it should be 2, probably 3 or 4 would be safer.
Podesky says going forward, he will be filing open record requests with the city every month to make sure the reservoir level is at the appropriate level.
Thanks a lot, Eric. And the city says the alarm system that is designed to alert when a problem like this happens did operate properly and allowed the city to respond appropriately.